love Nadia. And, Mother Teresa says anything worth doing is worth doing with love. And Nadia does everything with love.
I think she's a wonderful, kind, warm, compassionate person.
I first met her many years ago after I had brain surgery, and she was just amazing. She was supportive, compassionate, listened to me.
There's a part of me that feels like an imposter because Marie Feltin did this, and she created the path for me to follow. So I started with BCMG back in 2006. But prior to that, I worked as a home health aide. And I got this job. I'm like, wow, I'm back in the patient's home again. And a strange coincidence because that's where I feel the most comfortable.
I also met Corinne through Boston's Community Medical Group. She is very bright, very compassionate, always smiling.
Her just genuine approach. She listens. She doesn't only listen to us as the providers, as what we're telling her. She also takes time to listen and understand our individuals as they are very complex.
I like helping those who are in need. That's where my joy comes from. I definitely have a heart for those who are least heard, those who are marginalized, those who are underserved. And I look for ways in which I can use my knowledge to help empower those individuals.
They led a relief effort in Haiti that is meaningful to this day.
They were the ones who spoke to the staff and asked them what they needed.
Not just direct care to the patients, but also training this new staff that had no experience dealing with disabilities.
Seeing my country in such a devastated state is something that will forever stay with me.
My first job out of college, I was the supervisor of a group home. One thing I noticed when I would take clients, if there was like a change in their, health status, is when I would tell, providers, okay, here's her baseline and here's what's been going on. They wouldn't even listen to us. They would just keep going and then they would just say, okay, well, do this, do that, and do this. And it was frustrating because I'm with them sometimes, like 40 plus hours a week. And to have that overlooked and to be given, a recommendation that I already know is not going to be helpful because you didn't even listen to what we said was really frustrating. And then I got a job with Boston's Community Medical Group, working with individuals with disabilities, and actually became a clinician for many of those same clients I would take to appointments. And so now I knew what to do because I remembered what they did not do. And so I knew to listen to the staff because they were the ones who are with them the most.
We're different, honey. Do that over.
Delta Project is a human service organization. Because of my background in disabilities, I started getting many of the patients assigned to me.
Individuals we support at Delta Projects, definitely some of them have really complex clinical needs. She has taken an approach that's really unique compared to other providers that we've worked with in the past.
And we had such a need for a compassionate individual. We actually use the term Corinne Clinic.
After a while, I left to go to a different organization, and they found me. And then I left that organization, and they found me. Everywhere I went, they would find me, and they would come to that organization.
As I watch him struggle through it, when I step into the home of my patients, I see my dad and each and every one of them. They have my complete and undivided attention because they deserve it. I worked as a hospitalist and then I work in pain management. And although I love the aspects of them, there was still something missing. And sometimes it takes someone who knows you better than yourself to figure that out. And that was my husband. Initially, it was his idea to, why not go back to what you love? I said, you mean a clinic? Yeah, why not?
was very, very excited when she started New Vision Healthcare. So she provides in-home services.
The ecology of healthcare was changing. They were feeling that it was not as personal as it could be, and it was an extraordinary challenge.
The one condition that I had was that I need to carve out part of this practice to patients with intellectual disabilities and physical disabilities. They are the ones that are in need of this type of care. And yes, it's hard. Yes, it's difficult. They're complex. But that particular population is the reason I get up every morning.
But we listen, and we involve the whole team, into the, behavioral clinicians, caregivers, your daily staff that care for them that oftentimes nobody really, thinks about. And so it's a model where we're listening to everybody involved, and then we're actually asking everybody their input into, well, what do you think would work?
New Vision has really been such an asset to have for our agency. Having that patient-centered, individual-centered care has really been a huge asset.
I had a patient recently who, since June, was in the hospital 9 times. And I'm not exaggerating, but now she just has to call Nadia. Since Nadia became involved, she hasn't been in the hospital 1 time.
Nadia and Corrine certainly carried on Marie's legacy, vision. They would have loved each other. I can only say that they were really cut the same way.
When a patient's mom tells you, for 10 years, we have not been able to get this regimen right. And by just listening to them, we've managed to come up with the right regimen. There is no price for that.
What mattered to me was delivering the type of care that these individuals deserve. It's very challenging, but every day I wake up, I'm thankful that I get to go do something that I am honestly proud of, that I get just as much from as I give back.
Corrine, Nadia, come on up. They're kind of a team, so which I think we're all benefiting from. So we're giving you the same award, but with your names on it. But we're pretty sharp at BCIL. But here's what they say. For exemplary care, service, and innovation to persons with disabilities in Massachusetts and Haiti, embodying Marie's belief in dignity and independence. Thanks to each of you. The mic's yours.
Thank you, Nadia, for pushing me to go first. Appreciate not giving me time to come up with something while you spoke. Wow, thank you. BCIL, BCMG, Feltin, Marie, Bob, my family, Delta, all of you have one thing in common, and that is you would not leave me alone. You persisted because you saw something in me that I'm still working in therapy to acknowledge and accept. So my therapist thanks you as well for reinforcing that I must be doing something okay. And I'm so grateful and honored to have this award and to be a part of this legacy and to be associated with BCIL and every single one of you. And I just want to steal Lauren Easton's quote, if I can do something that makes a difference, then I'm going to keep doing it. So thank you.
Thank you. Wow. I'm still in shock, but
I'll try to be brief. Thank you so much to the board of BCIL and Mary Glover, Bob Masters. Thank you for believing in me 17 years ago. You took a chance on a new grad, and I will forever appreciate this. And thank you to my entire staff. And Sue Bergman, you've been an incredible mentor. I cannot leave the stage without saying something about my daughter, because she said she wants to be famous. So, to my beautiful daughter, Naya, the world will not always offer you a seat at the table. When that happens, I want you to be fierce and create your own table. To the disability community and everyone here or on Zoom, together we will unmask the stigma of disability care. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.